So prevailing wages is good. It gives you better trained people who pay more attention to safety and quality, and you get a better project in the end. There is a definite productivity difference and a definite feeling of greater safety, greater attention to detail when you have somebody who's gone through a proper union or non-union training program. It is sort of a triangle of quality and safety and cost. And if you emphasize any one over the other, then the other ones tend to go up. So, less on one. So in other words, if you pay less attention to quality, you save some money, but in the end, you may have other problems. So, and I do get quite involved in productivity. I deal a lot with contractor change orders. We deal with production inefficiencies and things of that nature. And so I would say that, the best contractor is a relationship-based contractor who brings in well-trained workers, pays them a decent wage to go do their job, and puts the proper emphasis on safety and on quality while, holding to that bottom line. So on a big public program like we're working on here, a lot of attention was given before construction ever started to having very specific quality requirements, and the spec here is probably state-of-the-art, very specific safety requirements, and the city came up with a whole new program for safety that's different than the way they did things in the past, and that program is proving itself to be excellent. I think I'd have to check the numbers and everything, but I think we had something like 500,000 worker hours, or we were approaching the million mark with no major injury at all. So it's paying attention to it up front. So we have emphasized on this program that we want the best quality, we want the best safety, and we are still getting bids that are below engineers' estimates, partly because of the economy, but you can still get an economic job and pay attention to quality and safety. I have definitely worked in areas where workers are getting paid like minimum wage on construction projects. These are some of the smaller projects. They didn't last very long. And there's a different attitude, there's a different, I wouldn't say that they weren't professional, but there was a certain flavor of that. It was sort of like just a job versus a profession, it seemed sometimes to me. And, you definitely had to manage, like as a construction manager, we like the idea that we've got people who have training and experience, and when we don't, we have to have more people on the job to watch over them to make sure that, the guys always got their hard hat on, that they're not wearing, the wrong types of shoes, or that they're not trying to cut a corner here or there just to get done quicker. If you discover that you've started to develop safety problems or quality problems, you're definitely in the kind of situation where you're going to have to bring on additional inspector staff, additional safety staff. You're going to have to pay a lot more attention to the contractor because they've now established that they're not doing the right things, and you will have to bring on more people. We've tracked that sometimes where a contractor will have a schedule and we'll know how many days that they've got in their schedule, and we can do a takeoff and tell what quantity that they're going to put up in that wall. And so you know what their planned production rate was, and then you start watching. And with untrained, unskilled, or even apprentice-type workers without proper supervision, you can see a dramatic difference. I am a big proponent of training programs, and to the extent that, say, prevailing wages are used to help fund those kind of programs, be it union or non-union, I'm 100% in favor of it. So, my advice to owners would be to, go with skilled labor on a project, that it would definitely result in costs and savings. Speaking personally, there's also a sociological aspect to this thing. I feel that society is better as a whole if everybody can afford to buy the American dream, have their house, have their family.